Hey, what's going on guys, Nitro here, and I'm back with another Minecraft mod spotlight video, and this time I'm going to be covering the Better Arrows mod. Now, this is pretty awesome. Even though it's called the Better Arrows mod, it's got a bunch of different bows in it as well. I think like five, I think these are all of them, but that includes, what are you doing the wrong way? I think that includes the regular bow, so it adds 4 other bows. Now, the arrows, I'm going to take a look in the mod right here. As well as the regular arrows, you can craft the like 4-way splitting ones, and I'll demonstrate those in a second. There's like a 4-way splitting version of each one, except for the potion ones. Now, if you see, I mean, if you look how many arrows there is a lot of different quills you can. Not quills, sorry, quivers that you can craft also. So I'm not going to go through all the recipes for them, but they are on the forum page and it shows every single recipe. And they're pretty simple to do. They're all pretty cheap stuff to make. It's like the different types of bow even only cost like a piece of leather and a piece of sugar cane and such. So they're pretty cool to make. Now, the quivers, these are the really interesting thing. Now, as you can see at the top of my screen, those little segments that the arrows are split up into are each quiver, and it's represented, as you can see, by the 6 there in my hotbar at the bottom. Now, the way this works, I will have to go back into regular game mode to do this. Now, as you can see, if I move them around, they're still in the same order, but if I were to swap one over here, it swaps order at the top, so it's whatever, and you don't have to have them in your hotbar. You can have them up top like so and put them wherever, but I prefer to have them in the hotbar because you do need to right click them to access it. Now, this is the good part, it can hold a stack of arrows. I don't know why it's got it split up into 4, because I think maybe it's only naturally you can stack them. You can grab a stack from creative though, but only 16 maximum when you're in survival mode. Now, let me set it to day real quick. Okay, so actually, I know I'm going to leave it go dark because I'm going to show one of the arrows first, which is pretty cool. Now, the way you do it is you right click on the mouse and you can press this V key here to bring all the arrows at once out of there. Now, you can shift click any type of arrow that you have in your inventory to fill it up when you've got it selected, which is pretty cool. Now, what it does, as you can see, it puts all the arrows in the top near your top of your screen. Now, as you can see, the second one right here on this quiver, which has the torch arrows in it, which I'm going to demonstrate now as soon as it gets dark, those are moving. Now, what you do is you use the plus and minus keys. As you can see, it's changing at the top of my screen and selecting the different ones. Now, those are the arrows that you're going to shoot with your bow, which is pretty cool, so you don't have to move your arrows around at all. So I'm going to use this bow, which is the second one. What bow are we on? Actually, let me change my game mode again. The recurve bow, as you can see, it's just got these tiny little segments on there. Music, go away. Just got these tiny little pieces sticking out at the end that you can show that it's slightly different from the regular bow. And then the long bow, which is probably my favorite one. Then we've got the Yumi bow and the composite bow. Now, this is probably the best one. They've all got different stats. You can check those on the forum page too. It shows how to craft each one of those and the differences in stats, which are pretty cool. Now, the torch bow. I'm not going to make sure I'm on it actually. Okay, that's the torch bow, as you can see. Now, what it does, obviously, it's pretty obvious what it does. It leaves a torch, but the cool thing is you get the arrow back, so you can use them to craft more. And I'm going to check out that creeper there, because I've got some more arrows here, and I've actually got them. There's 2 different kinds of explosive arrows. Now, these ones that I'm going to shoot right now are the ones that... Wait, did I go way past it? I think I did. I'm going to show you on the ground here. They detonate on impact. It's not a very big explosion. I think the other one is actually slightly bigger. Let me check those. Now, these are timed ones. It's 1.5 seconds. I don't think you can change that. But if I were to shoot it in the air, you'll see it go off. And there we go. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot that. And I think... yeah, that has a slightly bigger explosion. Around the size of a creeper, maybe slightly less. Check that one again. It's a shame that the ones that detonate on impact only have a small one. But pretty cool nonetheless. Alright, so I've moved up onto this hillside right here because I want to check out a couple of the other arrows. The first ones I want to take a look at are these potion ones right here. Now, as I said, there's a bunch of different potion ones you can craft, but we're going to test out and make sure they're selected with the plus and the minus keys. And I'm going to try and poison myself with this one just to test out to see if it works. Obviously, make sure I'm not in game mode and... hit me. And there we go, you can see. I know that was actually a speed one. Okay, so we've got speed ones in there, and the poison ones are this one, I believe. Check those ones. So there we go, poison. These are pretty cool because you can poison mobs and make damage potions and kill them with that, which is pretty cool. And also, and these are probably my favorite ones, which is in the green quill over here. By the way, the colors of the quill are different because you can dye them just like you do wool. You dye them with the different dye colors in the game. Now, these ones are awesome. These are actually ender pearl ones. And you can teleport yourself, which is pretty cool. Now, the range, depending on the bow, but the range on this longbow is crazy. So you can, like, shoot yourself way over there. Now, as you can see now, this takes a lot of time to actually get there. This is the distance on it. It's crazy. Come on. Wow, there we go. Holy, that one went so far. It put me in a part where the terrain hasn't even generated in yet. That's how far it was. And I think, is that the mountain right there? That's it. That's the one we flew right over. Let me check it out. Hello, Mr. Cow. Oh. Oh, okay, there we go. Oh, and again. So as you can see, these arrows, and you've got a ton of different options for them. All the potions in the game, I believe you can craft them with, and stuff like the flaming arrows, explosive ones, the teleportation ones. The torch one's really handy for finding your way, like if you're shooting in a ravine or something, you could light up the top way. And again, all the potions, which is pretty cool, and all of them again have the option to make a four-way splitting one. I'm going to show you that real quick. Now, these ones are pretty cool, the drill ones. I'm going to demonstrate with these ones. Put one of those there, and one of the four-way splitting ones. We're going to put those in. Let's empty out those ones, put the one in there, and then empty out those and put the four-way in there. Now, let me show you the four-way real quick. The four-way, as you can guess, it just splits into 4 arrows as you shoot it, which is pretty cool. It gives like that piston sound as it does it. But these are pretty cool ones too. I'm gonna flip to the single one because it does do actually breaks blocks, so you can use this to drill through stuff, which is pretty cool. Again, it's got the piston sound on it. Now, the four-way ones are better, obviously, for this, but you do need a kind of a bit of a distance on these because they don't split until, as you can see, they get quite a bit ahead of you. But this is pretty cool for digging. Not just dirt either, but stone blocks as well. And once again, just like all the arrows, you can collect the arrows back and reuse them in recipes. So I highly recommend, once again, you guys check this out. Don't forget, links to the mod page and everything, all the details and crafting recipes will be in the description as always. And until next time, later!